Like I said, I think we play pretty well today. Just came out a little short, you know. So I believe if you're going to be playing the same as we did today, then you know, we're definitely going to get the points in Toronto.
Yeah, we did a good job of battling. Actually, I mean, we played a pretty good game. Just you know, that's one of the nights, one of those nights.
I was a little nervous the first few shifts, but that's gonna be normal, and try to keep it simple and try to finish my checks and just play hard. Just off the draw there, we kind of got tangled up, and you know, opportunity was there, and so we kind of challenged them, and it kind of worked out.
Let's take you inside the box score on this one. Rangers improved to a perfect 3-0 against the defending champs so far this season. You can see those 19 penalty minutes for Boston on Sunday. 5 of them came from the new guy. Naoko Funayama and Jack Edwards have more on the big story presented by Sun Life Financial.
The Bruins outshot the Rangers 33-17. They had this thing tied 3-3 about halfway through the third. But as you say, Jack, it's the result that counts.
Yeah, there are no consolations at this time of year. It's all about beating your opponent in big games, and this had that big game feeling to it. But you go back and you look at what made the difference in this game. There's a big fight early. The Rangers got the best of that as Mike Rupp really won that fight. And then Zdeno Chara takes a penalty, and it wasn't on the power play, but in the vulnerable minute that the Rangers scored. The Bruins with a giant surge in the second period, and then it seemed as if they were getting a grip on the game in the third. What happens? Derek Stepan scores on the answering shift for the Rangers. That's the mark of a championship team. I think if you're the Boston Bruins right now, you got to look at the big games that the Bruins have had. The 3 losses to the Rangers, the loss to Vancouver. The statement game of the last couple of months really has been the win at St. Louis, but the Bees haven't been able to put those kinds of performances together, and now challenged by injury, they have to find it within themselves to come up with the results against tougher and tougher opponents down the stretch.
Well, the Bruins will continue to look to try to find some of that traction against Toronto on Tuesday night. Where do they go from here, Jack?
Yeah, Randy Carlyle, the new coach at Toronto, got a comeback win out of the Leafs on the road at Bell Center, and even though the Canadiens have been a pretty bad team, especially at home this year, that's never an easy building. So if that's the kind of performance he can get out of that team in their first game, their first home game, is going to be an even bigger challenge for the Bruins to overcome Toronto at a time when the Bruins desperately need to get traction and need to regain self-confidence.
Well, the Bruins head to Toronto from here in New York. NESN will have you covered with all of the game action and pregame action on Tuesday night. Guys?
All right, Naoko and Jack, thank you very much. Here now a look at where we stand in the Eastern Conference, and you can see the Rangers have all but locked up that top overall seed. The second-seeded Bruins now finding themselves 12 points off the pace.